Welcome to Accelerating Success. Today's training will focus on the online modules. The online modules can be found by the science dropdown. You're going to see that we have everything broken down by 5th grade by topic, 4th grade by topic, 3rd grade by topic, our 8th grade resources, and a module's vertical alignment page. Today we're just going to look at the 5th grade physical properties of matter. With one click, this is going to take you where you're able to see everything that we have available for this topic, our online modules, our curriculum corner, instructional videos, vocabulary resources, our 3D support, and our think tank. The online modules can be found by scrolling down, and you'll see that we're going to have a cumulative module at the top, and then we're going to have a link to each one of the vocabulary specific modules that we have that are for this particular standard. The layout for the online module is going to have a scroll bar off to the right where you can navigate if you choose to use that form of navigation. You're also going to have a reset button right here where you're able to reset the module instantly. This button right here will take you to our vocabulary shorts page. The vocabulary shorts page is going to give options for quick vocabulary videos. So if you wanted a 1-minute video on bowling, a 1-minute video on circuits. So as children are going throughout the module, if there's a word that they can't remember or that's keeping them from being successful, they can very quickly click there. And then when they click return, it'll take them back to whatever slide they were on. All right, so I'm going to reset this module, bring it back to the beginning. And then this button is for the volume. Right there, you can turn your volume on and off, so you can toggle that based on the different situations. The button to the far right is going to allow you to hide or show the table of contents. Some people prefer to navigate from the table of contents. Some people prefer to navigate just using the buttons on the screen. And then last but not least, this button right here allows you to go full screen. Once we are full screen, we can jump off into the modules. You're going to see that everything is embedded. This is like the Roku for science resources. Everything is streamed into one place. So we're going to turn our volume down just a little bit. Right here, the children are able to watch videos.
Are made up of some type.
So they're able to watch videos on the particular topic at hand, and then instantly they're able to start trying to apply that content. So is it important to understand a material's properties in order to understand what a material is capable of and how I can use it? So we're going to go true when we hit submit. They're going to get music and they're going to love it. So we're going to sing to them and we're going to make them smile. We're going to give them a little dopamine every time that they're successful. We're going to jump back to another video. Most modules have 2 videos. You can pick the video that you would want your children to watch. Watching the video has no metrics on the scoring sheet. So if you just want them to do video 1, you can do video 1. If this is a group assignment, maybe you've given a little bit more time to, you can do 2 videos, but it is your choice. These are going to be questions that are multiple select. So this is based on the video that they previously watched, and now they have to go through and select all of the ones that are relevant based on the video, and then once again we'll continue to reward them with music. What you're going to notice with the new ACC is a lot of different interactions. We're going to have children reading and processing paragraphs to see what the appropriate text goes in there with close-in statements. The word bank's always going to be at the bottom. We're going to have children doing simple drag and drops where they're analyzing different questions and seeing which vocabulary word most associates with that. We're going to have children sorting. So this one is basically they're sorting based on mass. So these are going to be used to measure mass, and then we're going to have things that are not used to measure mass. If you have a touchscreen device, that really works perfectly. This is actually a hotspot, so they need to click or touch all the items that are more dense than water. So we're looking for all the items that are going to sink, and so they're going to hit all of those. And so you're going to notice with the new ACC, there is a variety of activities that they're going to be going through. And data can be pulled from each and every one of these modules. Every single page has different things that you can learn about data. So for example, this one, select all the physical properties that are true for objects. So if the children are able to understand that all metals are solids, if they're able to understand that they are more dense than water, but it's just the solubility question that they get wrong, or maybe they get the magnetic question wrong because they're thinking about certain metals that might not be magnetic or things of that nature, or the conduction question. You get to see in reference to metals which physical property are the children not able to get. And then we're going to do the same thing for woods. We're going to do the same thing for plastics because we're trying to get them to understand the constants principle that plastics typically operate this way in regards to physical properties. Metals typically operate a certain way and woods typically operate a certain way. So it doesn't matter whether it's a tree or a pencil. In most cases, if you throw them in water, they are less dense than water. Size doesn't matter. And so then we're also going to have lots of opportunities for writing. Now, this is really interesting because in the past, we've got teachers that are using this. They have children actually journal these questions in their journal. So here they can either write the text in or they could just write journal and then actually answer these questions in the journal for an accountability piece for the teacher. And then, so this is just a reading that's going to set up for another activity. So we have a true, false, and then we have a question that they have to answer at the end, another question that they have to answer at the end, and then this is actually show your mastery. So they pick one of these questions and they answer them in the box, or they answer them in the journal. At the end, you're going to get a results page, and the results page is just going to show them the percentage that they got on the modules. What we like to focus on is actually the attempts. We like to see, first of all, okay, where did they get mastery? Yes, but you get multiple attempts at each slide. So you can get mastery and still have had 3 attempts on certain slides. And so what I would like to do is I'd go back to the specific slide where the children were struggling, and I get to see that slide focused on mass. Did that slide focused on solubility? Was it just solubility? Did they not understand that rocks and water don't constitute a solution that dissolves, so they're insoluble? Just all kinds of things like that that probe the students' thinking and allow the teacher to get very valuable data that helps them to assess the children. I think last but not least, we've got these buttons on the side. You're going to notice right here we have a volume button. When they click, the volume button is going to, the text-to-speech button is going to appear. We want the children reading and processing the text, but we do have that option. So when it is necessary, that children can click that to have the text read to them. And then we also have another really interesting button right here, and this is going to be our cross-cutting concepts in our science and engineering practices. A lot of times teachers use these modules whole group, and so when they're used whole group, I mean, we really want the children thinking through what we call our scientific thinking tools. These are patterns of thinking that are across all of science that we're trying to get the children to just naturally think in. So we want the children looking at these slides and asking, was there a cause and effect? Was there some system or models that's evidenced in this slide? Is there a structure and function? Is there something about this slide that goes back to one of our thinking tools where we can make a connection? Did I have to plan and carry out an investigation? That'll come for your force in motion. Engaging in arguments or evidence is a phenomenal one. Like you could ask the children to justify their response as to why they're thinking certain things should be selected and certain things should not be selected. And so there's all kinds of different ways that we can incorporate this button, but we want that button here because we want to drive the thinking that we are supposed to and really need to focus on teaching the children how to think like a scientist. So that's just a cumulative, but not only is it a cumulative, you're going to notice that we have mass, magnetism, and all of the different content that's in the standard down below. And so when you click on those buttons, now you're actually going to get an individual module that only focuses on mass. It's going to flow through the exact same way. We're going to have videos. Videos are going to have interactive questions. This one is actually an interactive slide where the children can actually scroll through a web page and gather necessary information that they can use about the content at hand. And then we're just going to continue to go with it. And this is really awesome because now you can use these modules in so many different ways. Previously, we only had the cumulative modules, but it kind of didn't have the flexibility that our teachers needed because we don't teach like that. One day we'll teach mass, or, when you do your data points for a standard, you might find that the class actually did very well with mass, except for 3 or 4 children. Then those 3 need to go back and intervene just on mass. But you've got other children that need to focus on magnetism, or some that need to focus on volume. Volume is new to the 5th grade level. And so we tried to give a lot more flexibility for our teachers so that they could have a lot more options in how to intervene, how to support the classroom, how to meet the children where they were at. And last but certainly not least, we want to make sure that you understand just how many of these modules that we have available and how they're vertically aligned. And so underneath the science dropdown, again, you're going to see this modules vertical alignment page. And this vertical alignment page is just that. With one click, you're able to click and it's going to take you directly to, so this is the 3rd grade module on magnetism. And so now you not only have support at that 5th grade level and that 4th grade level, but now you can see all of the modules that we have available. And with one click, I can get to 3rd grade mass, or I can get to 3rd grade gases, and I can get to 3rd grade heating and cooling and changes called and combining materials. And I get to see how that connects to the 4th grade and how that connects to the 5th grade. And then same thing for mixtures and solutions. We have combining materials. 4th grade, it focuses on the conservation of matter. And then 5th grade actually jumps into mixture solutions, conservation of matter. And then we have a mixtures and solutions module. And then in the 8th grade, that goes up to homogeneous and heterogeneous modules, mixtures. And so you're going to see all of the modules that we have available. You're going to see them laid out for you with one easy to access format. And with one click, you're able to get wherever you need to go to support the children best. And so that is our online modules. If you have any questions, as always, you can always check up top, and we have our site guide right here, and our site guide is going to continue to elaborate on and give more detailed information that will add to this video.